Hello there! In this episode, we will be talking about Lord Byron. Lord Byron was one of the most important figures of the 18th century in literature, precisely because he was one of the earliest romantics, a movement that strived to emphasize the passionate and the emotional as opposed to the rational and the objective. He was a very significant figure precisely because he was so passionate and invented an entire figure, a stock character and an archetype known as the Byronic hero, someone who was passionate, someone who was melancholic, but also a hero with some secret guilt plaguing them. This stock character was used for centuries afterwards and is still used to this day. As a poet, he was very important. He was described by Lady Caroline Lamb, one of his lovers, as being mad, bad, and dangerous to know. Lord Byron was born in England and inherited his title at a young age of 3. He married well, was educated well, and overall had a very happy life. However, eventually a failing marriage, financial problems, and of course his many affairs came to haunt him, and he was forced to leave England under all that pressure. He never returned to England after 1816. He traveled instead. He went to Lake Geneva with Percy Shelley and Mary Shelley, author of Frankenstein, and he went to Italy, where he had an affair. He ended up in Greece, where he supported the Greeks in their war for independence from the Ottomans, and he died in this war. Of course, most of England mourned him, so they brought his body back to England. The particular poem from Lord Byron that we will be reading is called She Walks in Beauty. She walks in beauty like the night of cloudless climes and starry skies, and all that's best of dark and bright meet in her aspect and her eyes, thus mellowed to that tender light which heaven to gaudy day denies. One shade the more, one ray the less, and half impaired the nameless grace, which waves in every raven tress, or softly lightens o'er her face, where thoughts serenely sweet express how pure, how dear their dwelling place. And on that cheek, and o'er that brow, so soft, so calm, yet eloquent, the smiles that win, the tints that glow, but tell of days in goodness spent. A mind at peace with all below, a heart whose love is innocent. She Walks in Beauty is a love poem that was written by Lord Byron. It is one of his many love poems and shows his style perfectly, especially in his comparison of the woman he describes here to a starry and cloudless night sky. The night wasn't used exactly as the most positive symbol in his time. In fact, striving to find purity and innocence in the night wasn't exactly something that was very new and specific to Lord Byron. Another interesting note is just how the night changes from dusk to dawn, so too does the personality of the woman change, and portrays a whole spectrum of light, which is to say, emotions. I hope this could shed at least some light into the works of Lord Byron, since he was truly an amazing and important figure in Western culture. Next week, on A Course in Poetry, we will be looking into America's favorite and greatest recluse.